question coming in on the chat. How do I explore I am not good enough belief using the work? That's a great question. And you can question that thought directly. I'm not good enough. So it's a thought, just like any other thought. It's a huge thought. It's one of those ones that seems to go underneath every thought and is like at the core of it all, it seems. So it can be sometimes daunting to question this thought because it's so huge. What can help with that is to question that thought in a specific situation. So, what did I mean in this moment when something happened and I did this and they did this and now I believe I'm not good enough. In that micro moment, it's going to be easier to hold. It's going to be easier to know what I mean and to find meaningful examples to the turnarounds when I'm doing it that way. So yes, I can question the thought, I'm not good enough. And the more specific the situation, the better. Another way that you can deal with this is I often find that the thought, I'm not good enough, is how I react when I'm believing something else in a stressful situation. So, let's say somebody is doing something to me. Maybe they're not respecting me. They're saying something disrespectful to me. And uh, when I believe they're not being respectful to me, I'm part of how I react is I think I'm not good enough. And so I will kind of collapse and disappear to try to get out of that situation. Like the old fight or flight idea. Some people are fighters and they're just going to keep attacking the other person. Other people are fleers. I happen to be one of those, and I'll just run in the opposite direction. And so instead of attacking the other person, I'm attacking myself. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. So one other way of working that thought is to work the thought that gave rise to that thought, which is, he's being disrespectful to me, or whatever it is that I'm believing is making me, putting me in this position where I react and begin to think I'm not good enough. Or it could be like maybe respect isn't a good example. Maybe he doesn't like me, right? So he doesn't like me, and then how do I react? I think I'm not good enough. That would probably be a more logical kind of uh, situation. So I can question I'm not good enough in that situation, or I can question he doesn't like me in that situation. And both things are going to give me a little bit of space, a little bit of wiggle room if I play with them. So hopefully that gives a few ideas, and there may be others. Always with the work, you're just listening to that emotion because it's the thought I'm not good enough is coming with some emotion there. So that emotion, just listen to it. There'll be stories connected to it. There'll be other thoughts connected to it, as well as the original thought, and just follow the breadcrumbs. One little step at a time. Do one piece of work, then another, and you can find your way into and through pretty much any stressful situation.